So if any of you guys watched my last video, which I'm guessing a lot of you have, you know that I have a road bike, a mountain bike, and yeah, just a road bike and a mountain bike. But I was thinking about getting a cruiser bike, you know, just to have for fun purposes and just for short rides and, you know, just something that was fun to ride. So one week I went to a bike shop and started looking around and I see this one. And I take a look at it and I'm thinking, dang, that's unique. Also looks like a lot of fun. Here it is. So I know what you guys are probably thinking. How do you get on that? How do you get off that? How do you ride it? And what is wrong with you? Well, I'm gonna get into all that, but first we need to back up to like 3 weeks ago. So I was at the point where I was riding my road bike a lot and my mountain bike, but I was looking for something a bit more casual, a bit more relaxed, you know. Because, you know, with the road bike, you know, you're going fast and you're breaking a sweat. And with the mountain bike, you know, it's usually only good on trails, which, you know, I wasn't doing that more than a couple times a week. I was looking for something simple and fun, yet effective, you know, just for short distance rides, you know, to our gas station around the corner and, you know, just around the neighborhood. Just something to have a lot of fun on, but also, you know, something, yeah, something to have fun on. I was at the point where I was getting pretty comfortable wrenching on a bike. You know, I had done multiple upgrades on my road bike and mountain bike, and I can get into that later if you guys want me to. Leave a comment down below. But I was at the point where I wanted to build something from the ground up. You know, just like take an old frame and put on every little bit of componentry on it, and you know, just make it my own, like completely and maybe get weird with it too, you know, since it was a cruiser and not, you know, wasn't going to be very functional. My favorite used bike store is only open on Saturdays and Mondays. So I remember it was a Saturday at like, you know, 3 o'clock ish. I go in there and start looking around for stuff. But I remember every time I go in there, I look in the corner and there was this tall bike, double decker, strange looking thing. And I remember the first time I went in there, I hadn't ever seen anything like it, and it was just, you know, the strangest thing to me. And I was thinking, you know, all the things you guys are probably thinking, you know, how do you ride it? How do you get off of it? And why? After I get finished looking for, you know, some cruiser bike frames, I ask about the tall bike because you know I hadn't bought anything, and I was wondering if they would let me take a test ride on it, but I asked about it, and they're just like, you know what, that's been sitting here for years and nobody's wanted it. Why don't you just take it? And I'm just like, wait, are you serious? And they're just like, yeah, you know, I mean, it's too weird to sell. I mean, it's not really that safe, so we wouldn't really feel comfortable sending someone off with it. But you know, if you want to take it, then it's yours. And I took it because, you know, like I said in my last video, I'm thrifty. Even if it's something completely bizarre and unpractical, you know, I'm still gonna take it. But I took it home that evening and started, you know, wrenching on it. I took off the old wheel on the back, which was, you know, it was folded in half from a wreck it had been in. But by that evening, I had it in rideable condition, and I remember the first time I got up there, I was scared, but it was so much fun too, and it still is fun. You know, every time I get on it, you know, every single time I get on it, it's like the first time I got on it. It's just so much fun to ride, and you know, it's really a great thing that's happened to me. Part of the reason they just flat out gave it to me was because it wasn't really in sellable condition either. I mean, this store has like bigger fish to fry than to fix up an old freaking double decker tall bike. But you know, they it kind of just sat there, and you know, I was willing to fix it up, so I that's what I did. I had some issues with the drivetrain and the wheel, like I just mentioned. And you know, it just wasn't in great condition. You know, I did a once over on it. You know, added some grips, added a kickstand, and you know, I had it in good working order by that evening, like I said, but then I started doing upgrades and stuff, you know, just throughout that following week. Quick reminder, guys, you know, we did really good the last video. I think we got 150 views in the first week, which is really good for our first video. But if you guys wouldn't mind just clicking the subscribe button, it helps out a lot. You know, I'm trying to make a career on this whole YouTube thing. Maybe not like a financially stable career, but you know, I'm doing this as a hobby, and I just want to see how far I can go. So any support you guys would give me would be greatly appreciated. I was having a great time with the thing, but it wasn't just me who was enjoying it either. I remember Saturday night when I brought it home, my parents were having a party with all the neighbors because, you know, I'm 16, I still live with my parents. It's not like I'm 18 living with my parents. But anyway, I remember I was riding it out in the driveway again, and all my friends were out there, and we all took turns riding it, and you know, we all just had a great time. And yeah, I remember everybody caught on super quickly. Like, I know it looks hard to ride, but like really once you're up there, it's like riding a normal bike. It's just getting up is like a bit tricky the first time, but then once you got the hang of it, you know, it's like it's really just quick and easy. I own many bizarre things, but I think this bike definitely has to be at the top of the list. But, you know, although my bike is very bizarre, you know, compared to some other tall bikes that people have built, mine looks completely normal. And if you just go to Google Images and search tall bike, you will see exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not going to include that in the video just because I want you to have the experience of uncovering that for yourself. So, a weird bike calls for weird componentry. This is what came with it right here. It's 3 up in the front and 6 in the back, except I can only reach 5 of them here because of the shifter I'm using. I might need to swap that out here soon. But yeah, for the shifting cable, it's a weird setup here. So it comes down through here, goes from this frame to this frame right here, and it goes behind there, down here, and into the derailleur where it needs to be. And I can only hit 5 of these 6 cogs back here, which sucks, but you know. It's got this peg back here for stepping on. I got it propped up with a roll of duct tape because it's top heavy and it likes to tip over. But you know, basic crank arms and pedals and whatever. Big comfy seat. This comes in clutch because you know the whole thing is super rigid, and you know you don't want to be feeling any bumps. But you know, these grips I got off the Walmart bike, as well as these brake levers. Dude, that poor thing. Dude, that's in a scrap pile somewhere. And then, you know, these handlebars are also from the Walmart bike. I 3D printed another one of them flashlight mounts, the same one I got on my road bike right there. But, you know, yeah, got the same, or not the same, but I got an identical flashlight. As you can see, you know, it's been decorated with a wide assortment of stickers. I did not put on a single one of these, or actually, yeah, I did. Forget which ones though. I put on a few after I got the thing, but this is just how it was decorated. It had that tag there from something, not quite sure what, but you know, yeah, it's a weird layout, you know, because it's a weird bike. So I think that's enough talking about it. What you guys want to see is somebody riding it, and that's exactly what I'm about to do. It's actually pretty simple. You know, you just step up onto here, put your foot up there, and you're off. To get off, it's relatively simple too. Just stand up, put your leg down. It's as easy as that. Well, here's the view from up here. No, you can't really feel it through the video, but you know, you're cruising through the air. There's a dirt jump we built out of an old dirt pile. If you want me to make another video about that, leave a comment. But you know, it's just like, you know, riding a normal bike, except you're up up in the air. That's gonna wrap it up for this video. I thank you for clicking on it. You know, I'm very new to this whole YouTube thing, and the last video did pretty well. You know, 200 views after the first week, which, you know, that's a lot better than I expected it to do. But I thank you for all of your support, and God bless, and talk to you later.